What makes this song stink?
Hey, how's it going? Pat Finnerty. Welcome back to What Makes This Song Stink. This is episode 2. Episode 1, Kryptonite, 3 Doors Down, is still available on YouTube, and that song still stinks. So check it out if you haven't. I'll take the views. In this episode, we're going to be taking on All Summer Long by Kid Rock. I had to close my eyes when I said that. This is going to suck. Good God, I can't believe I'm about to do this. So we're going to break it down. But before we do, we got to talk about YouTube for a second. Last video, I was dropping Beato bombs left and right. Hopefully, I'm trying to get some of his people over here. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think I'm starting to look like a YouTube guy, but there's a couple of things I know that I need to do. Like, you see this empty space back here? But there's not enough gear. So I'm thinking maybe I could throw some drums back there, loose drums, and maybe like another amp or something like that, so that when people watch it, they're like, oh wow, he's got gear. We better listen to what he says. Okay, so I've got more gear back there. So I feel like, now we're starting to get to YouTube. But I forgot that I didn't say hey guys at the beginning of this video. So I'm just gonna insert a bunch of guys on YouTube saying hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
I'm Tay.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
All right, now I think all I have to do is just do a zoom in with an echo and do like a sinister mwah ha 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 or something like that. So let's try that out. Okay, so let's start this video with some college guys screaming, let's go. When I first heard this song, I just shook my head and I just couldn't believe that it was actually happening. Cover bands and VFWs have been doing these two songs together for 45 years, and then Kid Rock comes around and puts the worst melody, lyrics, and guitar solo over it and somehow gets a hit. It takes two songs, Werewolves in London, which, goes Yvonne, R.I.P., features, I saw a werewolf walking with the Chinese menu in his hand. He's looking for some beef chow mein. His hair was perfect. That song, legendary. Sweet Home Alabama, good song. Does it need to be played? No. Are we good on it? Yes. Is Alabama that sweet? No. Possibly one of the shittiest. Have you ever been there? It's rough. It's a good song. Even Neil Young liked that song. I thought that Neil won that battle with Southern Man, and I think he should have kind of just said, you know what, my song's better. But he said it was good. And I'm not going to argue against Neil. And I'm not going to argue against myself. Why does this song stink?
So my engineer came in while we were doing Rock and Roll Jesus.
God damn it.
He had Werewolves of London looped up over a beat.
God damn it.
And I had a guitar in my hand. I started plucking Sweet Home Alabama to it.
God damn it.
Which is in the same key, fit perfectly with the chord structures.
No shit.
So we did it, and seemed to work out pretty well.
So buckle up, because this is going to be a fucking rough ride, man. This is Kid Rock, man. This is some serious shit. This song stinks. All right, here we go.
What makes this song stink?
Turn it up!
Two songs that have already been really big hits, so it's got to be pretty good what he comes up with. Let's take a listen to the melody.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long.
That's your verse. Let's take a look at the chorus.
Making love out by the lake to our favorite songs.
Right. So it's got two notes into a Three Blind Mice. Three Blind Mice. Three Blind Mice kind of rips. Yeah. Harmony. This part. Right? Retard. All Summer Long is the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life, but I got nothing bad to say about Three Blind Mice. Fucking rocks.
Hello! Hey!
It's not like I'm putting this shit on, but one thing I have picked up, Kid Rock has the big Kid Rock note, which I think happens in every Kid Rock song post Ba to Ba, which is this note.
Play some rock and roll!
Now let's check out Picture.
I was off to drink you away.
Now let's check out.
I was off to play some rock and roll.
Right. All right, I'm unbuttoned now, back at the drums, which is always exciting when you're back at the drums. We all love drums. I don't know why, but you put like a kid at a drum kit, he starts freaking out. Like we're born with it. But nobody loves when there's just drums. If there's no other music going on, I don't care if you're Neil Peart, however the hell you say his name, R.I.P., or John Bonham. Doesn't matter. If there's no guitar, piano, or bass or happening, nobody wants to hear raw drums. There's always that situation, and it's like, uh-oh, here goes the drummer. Stop making that face. You don't have to make that face just because you're barking the hi-hat. You don't have to. Just fucking bark the hi-hat. You don't have to make the face when you bark the hi-hat. Maybe you do. So I'm pretty sure the drum beat's pretty much just... So that's fine. But because I like inflicting pain on myself, I guess, I have to listen to the drums in this song and break them down. So let's listen to the drums. No fucking way. Hold on. This is unbelievable. So let's roll back the tape and do like a possible, what could have happened in a studio in 2006, 2007 when they were tracking all summer long. So Kid Rock's like, hey, band, what's up? Fuck yeah. And then they're like, yeah, hell yeah. And then Kid Rock's like, it'd be badass if we had some sort of intro for this song before it kicked in. And the guitar player's like, yeah, hell yeah, that would be badass. Maybe I'll just start it. And the Kid Rock's like, nah, fuck that. Because Sweet Home Alabama starts with the guitar, and I want to make this like its own thing. And the whole band's like, hell yeah. So then the bass player's like, well, what if I did like a wow intro? And the Kid Rock thought about it, and then the bass player played like a wow. So then Kid Rock's like, yeah, man, I'm digging that shit, but like, I don't know if I want to start this song off with the bass. And then the bass player is like a little hurt by that, but he's also like, yeah, hell yeah. And then Kid Rock's like, hey, drummer, like, why don't you do like a drum fill? Maybe that could start the song. And then the drummer's like, fuck yeah, because like drummers love doing drum shit. And then he's like, all right, cool, what do you got? And then the drummer's like this. And Kid Rock's like, hell yeah. And the bass player's like, fuck yeah. And then the guitar player's like, dude, man, that was badass. And then it went back to Kid Rock, and he's got his hat on. He's like, dude, fuck yeah. And at no point did any of them say, I think I may have heard this drum intro before. When you think about the fact that all they needed to do to make something different happen out of a song that's already two songs, they could have put an original drum fill at the intro, but instead they used one of the famous fucking drum intros of all time, Smells Like Teen Spirit drum intro. It kind of makes you want to bang your head off of a snare drum. But it's perfectly fine for them. They got $1 million out of it. Fuck me. Zach, I've been doing the Kid Rock all summer long video for like a week now, and I can't listen to it anymore. Do you mind doing the piano part for me? Just like listening to the piano and then, figuring out what's bad about it?
I bet you I'm parking it here.
Yeah, no.
I gotta go inside later.
Yeah, I understand, but if you could
I'll give it a listen.
Thanks, Zach.
Hey Pat, been listening to a lot of Kid Rock over here. The piano part here is essentially just the iPhone blues ringtone. The iPhone ringtone is a whole step up of where it needs to be for this song, so that's something you might want to play around with.
I was in a supermarket, probably like checking out whether I was going to get Progresso or Campbell's. I still don't know what kind of guy I am. I think I'm leaning towards Progresso. Anyway, this song came on and I was like, shit, I'm in for it. Because I knew I was going to be in the store for at least 4 minutes. And it came around to the solo. And I realized that the solo to this very successful bad song is in the wrong key. And I almost dropped my chicken and wild rice. I knew that the solo is in the wrong key, which begged the question, what key is the song in? And I think I have a pretty good idea of what it is. But then I found out that the internet's like fighting about it. Like dudes are saying it's in D, some dudes are saying it's G, forum, YouTube. There's a guy on YouTube who looks like me if I was European and had hair.
So when listening to the solo in G and when playing around and improvising in G, it suddenly made more sense to me, I guess.
So anyway, we're gonna have to do a little bit of theory talk. But we're not gonna call it theory talk, we're gonna call it a piano burner. All right, so give me 60 seconds on the clock, and I'm going to explain to you why this is in the key of G. G. How do we know we're in G? Because we got D major, C major, G major. That's a 1, 4, 5 of G. Doesn't get more G than that. You could say we're in D mixolydian, but D mixolydian has the same scale tones as G major, so let's just call it G. That means G is our 1. What's 1 called in music? The tonic. Not the 90s alternative band. Pretty sure there was a goatee involved. No, the tonic is like the point of rest. Is where we feel good like when a song ends on the tonic. It's like AC/DC. Like Angus running around the stage. Brian Johnson's got his hat on. The end Hell's Bells on the tonic. Everybody feels great. Tonic's also where you can play your solo. So it's like I'm just going to plug in a G minor pentatonic over a G. Or I'm going to do the relative minor. Stones. Why do we care that it's in G? Because this fuck from the All Summer Long solo played over the dominant of G, the D. He played the D minor pentatonic over G major. Now, does that mean that all the notes are wrong? No, it just means that it sounds like shit.
And you got your manipulations.
I mean, sometimes you just got to put the guitar down, call up Maze, or tell him to listen to this thing.
Man, I just don't know why he would decide to do that. It's not the right decision.
Yeah, these dishes aren't going to do themselves. The good news, if there's any, is that we only have to look at the first couple of licks in the solo, because everything else just does the same stuff and repeats in D minor. Terrible. So it starts with Layla, right? Which is actually, it's fine, that kind of works out. But where it gets real bad and real disgusting and racist is right here. This is a D minor bend pentatonic, which actually will give you a G9 sus4, right? So it's like implying this stuff. Sorry for saying implying. Nothing against that chord, fucking G9 sus4, fine. Not in Sweet Home Alabama, Werewolves of London, or this song. I mean, this isn't fucking Steely Dan. In different things, we were trying funny things. I already did this on Instagram, I can't believe it. Things. He was only 5 frets away from being in the right key. If he just moved his hand up 5 frets, he could have just still done... And I wouldn't have had to fucking do this video. I could have just got my soup, went home, ate it, and like worried about the fact that I'm gonna drop dead someday like I usually do. But instead, I gotta break down this rotten shitty solo. Second option, we're gonna play the right pentatonic scale, G minor pentatonic. I mean, it still sucks, but I mean, it sucks in the right key. Now for the third option, it's gonna get a little wild, but we're gonna introduce a new scale, the major scale. It exists, and it can be played over major chords. There happen to be 3 of them in this song. The only problem is that it usually sounds pretty good. Here's his. Mine. Now I got a little fancy there because I threw a third. But it was nice. It's a third. It's major. It's a G major chord. So I threw the third in there. And then you can bend that up. And that's kind of cool. But no, just do this. How you doing? You sticking with me on this? Good. There's one more thing that we have to do. We have to talk about what would happen if all the solos that we know and love were played with the all summer long technique. But then you're saying, who the hell is this guy? Some bum from Philadelphia just been yelling at me for the last 20 minutes about this song. I don't know who you are. Well, what do you need, a rock star? All right, I'll get you a rock star. Let's get a rock star. Here's a quick question for you as you're getting set up. Would you rather see Bonnie Raitt without a slide or ZZ Top without the beards?
I'd be really curious about ZZ Top without the beards, because I wonder if there's sort of warts and things that they're hiding.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for coming on. What makes this song stink? I needed an expert. You play the shit out of the pentatonic scale, and you play it right. You play it right. And I'll tell you why you play it right, because you play it in the right key. You know? So let's take your big fucking hit. God damn it, this thing's still giving you money, right? And it starts on an F sharp, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go by the All Summer Long Thinking where you're tracking this guitar solo. Song starts on an F sharp, right?
Yeah.
So solo at the end of the song, you know, I'd say play that thing in F sharp. Okay, can you go on to YouTube and can you put on your own song backing track?
Is that possible? Maybe, yeah, I got an iPad.
The problem with that, Justin, is that you played it in the right key. Now I want you to go by All Summer Long rules and move it up 2 frets.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. It's a total disgrace. I mean, it sort of works, but it doesn't, does it?
Yeah, it sort of works, but it doesn't. And that's what I needed to hear from you, the expert.
My issue with the song is wider than the solo itself.
Yeah, please.
I take umbrage with a lot of the lyrics. I find it cynically derivative of 2 other songs and nowhere near as good as either.
Right.
And it's a bit like the whole is less than the sum of its parts.
It's kind of like taking The Godfather, Goodfellas, putting it together, and then you wake up with Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Which, if this was as good as Weekend at Bernie's 2, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. The song is absolute dog shit, but I think it's a triumph of a producer's triumph, because they've actually managed to make something that's, if you were an emerging band and that was your song, it'd be like, fuck, guys, try again, go back, do this. Right. But I think producers looked at it and said, well, it doesn't matter that none of it rhymes. It doesn't matter that it's 2 existing songs that are brilliant. It doesn't matter that the solo is in the wrong key. It doesn't matter that that's obviously a Nirvana drum fill. It sounds great because I've produced it.
Thank you, expert Justin Hawkins. I appreciate it. The song stinks, and I appreciate you coming on here to tell the world that as well.
Nice. Good luck, Pat.
It was so awesome to hear him play the solo in the wrong key. God, that ruled. But it's a serious thing. We take for granted guitar players playing in the right key. So here's a couple other examples of famous solos had they played it in the style of All Summer Long.
And we were trying different things.
Summertime in Northern Michigan. Everyone loves hearing about Northern Michigan. It's no surprise this song's a big hit. I remember my mom used to tell me a story about how when she was a kid and my grandma and granddad, they would load them up in the car. They would all say, hey, Mom, Dad, where are we going? And, Grandpa would turn around and say, Northern Michigan, gang. And then the kids would go, yeah, and they'd all be, no one's ever been to Northern Michigan. I didn't even know Michigan had a northern.
Trying different things, and we were smoking funny things.
Well, we're back at the board for no reason, which means that the video is over. Thank God. But you say to me, Pat, what about the man? What about Rob Ritchie? Can you separate the song from the man? Maybe there's something that he's done that can make you think a little bit differently about his music. And I said, sure, I'll give anybody a fair shake, anybody a fair shot. So I guess we should take a look at some of the things that he's done, like perform in front of the Confederate flag, go on a drunken rant about Oprah Winfrey, golf with Donald Trump, collaborate regularly with the Insane Clown Posse, and refuse to shut down his honky-tonk bar and grill in the first dangerous months of a worldwide pandemic. Thanks for watching. Don't click the link down below.
What makes this song stink?